You're in a tense moment, and suddenly you laugh. Not because it's funny, because you just can't help it. The silence is suffocating, the situation is serious, and your face decides that right now is the perfect time for a smile. Whether it's public speaking, a hard conversation, or an awkward silence, the laugh shows up uninvited every single time. You read something serious, your brain registers the weight of it, and somehow you laugh. Even you don't understand why. So what's actually going on? Why do some people laugh when they're nervous, and why can't they just stop? It starts in the nervous system. When your brain detects stress or tension, it sends out signals that don't always translate the way you'd expect. Your internal pressure builds faster than you can process it, and the laugh is essentially your body hitting the release valve. The brain sometimes confuses high arousal states, danger and excitement, and the response that comes out is laughter instead of fear. Psychologists call this a defense mechanism, the mind's way of protecting itself from emotions it isn't ready to fully feel. You know the fight, flight, or freeze response. For some people, there's a fourth option the textbooks don't always mention: laugh. The response is neurological and largely involuntary. The signal travels from the brain to the body before the conscious mind can intervene. The body is screaming anxiety, a tight chest, bouncing leg, crossed arms, while the face performs a completely different emotion. Laughter becomes a mask, not a dishonest one, a protective one. It keeps the real emotion hidden just long enough to survive the moment. The result is a kind of social awkwardness that these people feel deeply, but genuinely cannot switch off, no matter how hard they try. In that sense, the laugh is actually doing its job. It's a shield that kicks in automatically when vulnerability feels too exposed. Think of it like a pressure cooker. The tension builds, and the laugh is the steam that escapes before the whole thing explodes. It shows up in the most serious moments: doctors' offices, difficult diagnoses, even therapy sessions, anywhere the emotional stakes are high. Clinically, this is sometimes called incongruent affect, when the emotion being expressed doesn't match the situation being experienced. People who do this are often the most self-aware about it. They notice it happening in real time and feel powerless to stop it. For many, this coping pattern was learned in childhood, in environments where expressing real emotion felt unsafe or unwelcome. The laugh worked once to defuse tension, so the brain filed it away. Over years, it became the default response, automatic and deeply ingrained. Growing up in a household where conflict was frequent, laughter became a survival tool, a way to lighten the air when the air was too heavy. Many of these people are also natural people pleasers, using humor and laughter to keep others comfortable, even at the expense of their own authentic emotion. On the outside, they're laughing. On the inside, they might be grieving, panicking, or deeply hurt. The two rarely match. The more anxious they feel, the more the laughter intensifies, which makes the whole thing even harder to control in high-stakes moments. And sometimes it causes real damage. A nervous laugh at the wrong moment can make someone feel dismissed, mocked, or deeply misunderstood. After it happens, the guilt hits hard. They replay it endlessly, knowing exactly how it looked, wishing desperately they'd responded differently. Here's the most important thing to understand. This response is involuntary. It is not a choice, not a sign of disrespect, and not a character flaw. Job interviews, performance reviews, serious meetings, the laugh appears precisely when they most need to seem composed and professional. And the hardest version, when it happens during grief. The horror of laughing at a funeral and being completely unable to stop is something these people never forget. In relationships, it creates real friction. A partner sharing something painful and the laugh arriving uninvited, it can feel like cruelty, even when it's nothing but. They practice. They try to train the reaction out. They hold serious faces in mirrors, and still, the smile creeps back. Therapy helps not to eliminate the laugh, but to understand what it's protecting. When you know what the shield is guarding, you can slowly lower it. What they wish they could tell every person who's ever been in the room: the laugh is not about you. It means they're overwhelmed, not indifferent. They're not disrespectful. They're not heartless. They're just wired to release tension in a way most people find confusing. Understanding the neuroscience and having compassion for the behavior both matter equally. Knowledge without kindness doesn't heal anything. With awareness and time, something shifts. The nervous laugh softens. A real smile, one that actually matches the moment, starts to appear more often. Growth doesn't mean the nervous laugh disappears completely. It means you understand it, you're not ashamed of it, and it no longer controls you. Awareness is always the first step. And for people who laugh when they're nervous, seeing themselves clearly is already a profound act of courage. Do you laugh when you're nervous, or do you know someone who does? Comment below. And if this video explains something you've never had words for, subscribe for more.